Now, the question number 3, a pebble is embedded in the tread of a rotating bicycle with a diameter of 60 meters. So if we draw the diagram, we have the circle, we draw the diameter from the top to the bottom. If the diameter is 60, that means the radius, r, which gives us the C value, is going to be 30. Now, the other thing we can get, the midpoint to the top is 1/2 of 60, so we know that A is also 30. Now, we are told in the question, the wheel rotates 4 revolutions per second. So we have the value, 4 revolutions in 1 second. But the K value is for 1 revolution. So 1 revolution will be in X, which we don't know. Now, when you look here, you see a nice little equation. So 4x equals 1, so x will be 1/4. So what do we have so far? Well, let me just get a color here. We have that A is 30, K is is 8 pi, D we don't have, and C is 30, which gives us the equation y equals 30, 8 pi times x plus 30. Now, let's move on to the next question, the Ferris wheel question. Now, in this question, we have a Ferris wheel, which I've shown you by our circle. The diameter is 18.5 meters, so our radius we know is 9.25. Okay? Now, from there, we are told that the passenger boards the lowest car at a height of 3 meters above the ground. So when you get on a Ferris wheel, you get on at the bottom. Okay? So that's going to be, the distance there is 3 meters. So 9.25 from the length plus 3, so C is 12.25. The next thing we know is that it rotates 0.2 radians per second. So from that, we can find out K. Now, remember that K here is 2 pi divided by the K value, which is let me see here. We said it rotates at a 0.2. So it's already told us here the K value. So we don't need to do any calculations. We can just know that this is 0.2, radians per second. And that then gives us our equation. Okay, one more we want to look at is the tidal wave. These are very common, actually. So in my diagram up here, I have the function. Okay, this is our midpoint. And we're told that the maximum height is 4 meters above mean sea level. Okay, so we're going to come up here 4, and we're going to go down 4. Now, there's a piece of data that doesn't really tell us is sort of the initial. So we're going to assume that this is coming from 0. But we don't need that for the calculation. So we know that at 8 o'clock a.m. it starts and it repeats the cycle in 8.24 hours. So that means total is 12.24 hours. Okay? Now we know that the period, again, is 2 pi divided by the period. And we know that we have 12.24 hours. So our period is 2 pi over 12.4, which is pi over 6.2. Now, since it starts at the top, we could use a cos function. And when we put in the cos function, we get our value. But the last step you have to remember is that you want it at 10 o'clock. So that means time is 2. So take your formula, substitute in two for t, and you get the answer 2.1 meters. Okay? So in this one we just sort of did a sketch to get the idea, and according to the cos function, I can't just move the scale. We should have actually started here. Okay, hope that helps. See you soon.